So today, as we end something to do with Iraab, I hope you are now conversant with a few cases, like case 1, case 2, and case 3. Why did we use cases? We used cases because for a learner of a language that is not grounded, it would be so confusing if now I told you that case 1 is the nominative case and case 2 is the genitive and case 3 is the accusative case. Now, even in English itself, someone cannot differentiate between a nominative and a genitive case and an accusative case. I mean, these are things that someone may not easily understand. But now, if we had used these same sentences, these same words that we are going to use in the nominative case, in the genitive case, in the accusative case, these would confuse you. That's why we reduced it to cases. Now, when I say case 1, you know what I mean by case 1, and case 2, you know what I mean, and case 3. So we shall go into depth at some stage, but certainly not now, because right now it may sound a bit confusing. Okay, now before we go any further, the cases we gave do not match certain names. Okay, so you will have what we call exceptions. Exceptions will refer to these words which will not accept the principles that we say. And some we may not even find some immediate examples. For example, I want to give you some 3 names that you'll find very confusing. Name number 1 is the name Yahya. Yahya. Yahya will be like this in case 1, and even in case 2, you'll still have the same name, Yahya. And case 3, again you have the same thing, Yahya. Sorry. So when you look at this name, first, in the first stage, Yahya, Yahya, Yahya. No changes. Okay, we can look at another name. We can find another name like Isa. Okay, Isa. Same there, Isa. Isa. You see, no changes. So case 1, case 2, case 3, wherever it appears, this name will not have changed. Okay, we can find another name. Musa. Okay, Musa. See, Musa. Case 2, again, it will be Musa. And case 3 will again be Musa. So wherever it appears, the name Musa, it won't change. It will still have the same format. So we shall come to know, how about these other names? What are these other exceptions? Now you have seen the name Musa, wherever it appears, it won't change. Musa will be the same in the nominative case, in the genitive case, and in the accusative case. Okay, but we shall not spend much time over there because those names are not so many. We want to look at these other cases which compound, which touch others. Okay. So I want us to also look at this. You see, most Arabic words, most Arabic names, like you have the name, we use the name Muhammad, and we said in the first case, Muhammad will be Muhammadun, then we said we shall also have Muhammadan, okay, and then we shall also have Muhammadin. But then, this is an Arabic word. We shall also see how Arabic words are different from non-Arabic words. That's where we are going. Exceptions. Now you see this, but there are some names which won't take this format. Most of the Arabic names will take this format, like Khalid, Khalidan, Khalidin, Khalidun, Khalidan, Khalidin. That's the name for Khalid. Muhammadan, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin. Most Arabic words will take that format, okay? But then, this same name does not have dual and does not have plural. So these are some of the things you must now train your mind to accept as we look at this complete, because this is the only tricky part. All other parts are going to be so pretty much easier than you ever noticed, because these cases are the only confusing bit of it. But now when you understand that only Arabic words, Arabic names will take this format, Muhammadun, Muhammadan, Muhammadin, and these male Arabic names, then we are going to see which other criteria is a bit different from what we have seen. Now let's look at this. Number one, all names of females that end with the term albut. Now this is the word that we have used pretty much often, and we say the term albut will appear like this or like this. All female names that end with the term albut are going to be an exception of what we have seen. For example, we can take an example of a name. Let's first use the name Fatima. Fatima, under normal circumstances, when you are reading it, it would appear that this is Fatima. Fatima. Okay? But when we are writing it, in the first case, it will be Fatima 2. Okay, Fatima 2. Then, in the second case, Fatima 2 is going to be Fatimata. And in the third case, it is also going to be Fatimata. So something is peculiar here, that you have used Muhammadan, Muhammadin, so one would expect Fatumatan, Fatumati. No. Notice that the third and second cases are the same. They all take the formula ta. This one say Fatumatu, Fatumata, Fatumata. Okay, and I told you that whenever you master this, everything else is going to be pretty much easy for you. Well, we can take another name. We can take on another name. The other name is going to be, we can take another name, Aisha. Aisha, under normal circumstances, would be Aisha. You see? But now, when we come to this point, let's see how Aisha turns out to be. Aisha is going to be Aisha 2, then we shall have Aishata, and also we shall have Aishata again. Again, you will notice that this one and this one are the same. Okay, so that is how this formula is going to take it. Now this differs from the one we have been used to of Muhammad or Muhammadan or Muhammadin. Okay, because these are female names that end with tam al-but. This is how they will end up. Okay, then you have even male names. Male names, formula 2 is about, the other one was female, but now male names. Male names that end with an. For example, we have names like Uthman. We have names like Imran, Uthman, and other names that mean an. Okay. Uthman, so first will be Uthman, that is first case. Second case will be Uthmana. The second case is Uthman, and third case again will be Uthman. So that shows you how easy this can be. All names, the same pattern will be used on the name Imran. First of all, it will be Imranu, then Imrana, then Imrana. Okay. First it will be Imran, then Imrana, and then also will be Imrana. So how is this going to help you? This is going to help you on the next stage that we are going to handle, where we are going to be saying case 1, so you understand. Okay. I also said another form which is going to be on the contrary to the pattern we had set, all non-Arabic names. All non-Arabic names. For example, non-Arabic names like the name, we can have the name Ibrahim. So first it will be Ibrahim, then next will be Ibrahima, and also here it will be Ibrahima. See, so you notice that here is Mama, third, and second are taking on Mama, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. So when you say second case, you understand now why we are looking at this. This is a non-Arabic name. All other non-Arabic names will take the same format. For example, we have the name Adam, Adam. First it will be Adam. See, Adam. Then next will be Adama. And also third case will also be Adama. Which other name? We have a name. The other name you can think of in this same pattern for non-Arabic names is the name Mary. Mary will be Maryam. Maryam. Then when it goes to the second case, it will be Maryama. And the third case will also be Maryama. And several other names. You can take another name. For example, there is a name for Jibril. Jibril. Yes, Jibril. Then second case will be Jibrila. Third case will also be Jibrila. Jibril. There is no addition here. This name is Jibrila. Notice this. Do not be confused, okay? So this is how this thing is going to look. Then lastly, I will want to use this same space. Lastly will be the names of places. Names of places, cities, towns, countries, names of places. Okay, names of places. For example, you can have an example of the name Makkah. This in this case will be Makkatu. Then Makkata. And also third case will also be Makkata. Makkatu, Makkata. Then we can have another case like a city. A city is called Medina. So this will be Madinatu. Medina. So this will be Madinatu, first case. Then Madinata. And also this same other case will also be Madinata. Madinatu, Madinata. Okay. So all the places you can think of, they will almost be different. And now this is what is going to happen. First we saw how the Iraab is the case endings for definite and indefinite isim, and we also saw the exceptions to those principles. Now, this is the only bit which may sound a bit confusing, but as we go ahead, you'll also find it cheap. You'll also find it easy. You'll also find it easy to walk around with it. So when I say this statement, first put this word in the first case. So when this rings, you'll see it will be easy, and at some stage ahead, you'll find it easy to now understand what the nominative case is, what the genitive case is, and what the accusative case is. When you look at the statements, the sentences themselves, then you go, oh, this is what we meant by case 3, I now understand. This is what we meant by case 2, I now understand. This is what we meant by case 1, I now understand. But you know, as much more as you go ahead to get familiar with these cases, you will find the language so easy for you. So do not feel down that the cases are giving me a hard time. So do not feel down. It's going to be easier as we move along. I mean, this is the hardest part we could ever handle, but I can assure you that when you focus your attention on mastering these basics, it's going to give you an easy leap on the next stages. Just know we have some names that will not obey the rules. Okay, we give some examples like the name Musa, we give the name like Isa, Yahya. I mean, they will all appear the same. Then you know Arabic names you will take for like Ibrahim, it will be Ibrahim, Ibrahima, Maryam. Then we said female names will also be an exception. Female names that end with the tamal boot, like Fatumatu, Fatumata. I mean, you don't need to read much into this. Just get the basics, and they will help you to convey you to the next stage. And this is, today we basically looked at the exceptions, and now where we are heading is going to be the easiest bit, because we are now going to be dealing with the sentences themselves. Okay, so I thank you. When you go back, refer to the Iraab first, second, third, and fourth bit of it, and then when we move to the next leap, which is the next lesson, you're going to find everything so easy, pretty much easier than it could ever be, because this one are cases, and cases you will understand, because most students we are asking, this name is read as Muhammad, why then do they have to pronounce it as Muhammadun? Then you meet another sentence, they're reading it as Muhammadan. Then another sentence, they're reading as Muhammadin. I mean, this gets a bit confusing. Why is it like this? So you cannot explain until when you drive them back to the case endings. You drive them out to the stage where you can explain why certain words will appear the way they appear. Why? Because we said all isms will have 3 different faces. All isms, and remember when we talked about isms, we were talking about nouns, pronouns, and nouns, pronouns, and adjectives. I mean, they will all, they are called the isms, but they will all take 3 different faces. It will either be the nominative or the genitive or the accusative. For example, I mean, for our case, we decided to lower it down to cases. It will either be case 1, case 2, or case 3. Okay, so now I want you to see the name Maryam and know why are they writing it as Maryam. When you meet it as Maryama, you have to explain why is this Maryama? Why is it not Maryam here and see a Maryam? Why the difference? The difference is all about the case endings, and each case ending will be in certain places for a reason. So that's what we're going to next time. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.